What if I told you that the things you've been desperately chasing, a perfect body, fame, success, or more money, are not what you truly want? It took me 60 years to realize this truth, and I don't want you to waste decades of your life in exhaustion and disappointment the way I did. We've all done it. We all tell ourselves, I'll be happy when I lose weight. I'll be happy when I get the promotion. I'll be happy when I find the right partner. I'll finally be respected when I become successful. But here's the truth I wish I had known sooner. Happiness does not depend on those conditions. I'm Mr. Charles, and this is Next Chapter 50, where the second half of life becomes a brand new beginning. Ever since childhood, I dreamed of being famous, believing that recognition from others would finally make me feel worthy. The root of that desire was a deep sense of insecurity, of never feeling seen or valued enough. I carried that hunger into adulthood, spending years chasing attention through design work, hoping that each achievement would bring the fulfillment I longed for. Yet with every milestone I reached, the emptiness remained. Eventually, I realized that fame and external approval could never fill the void inside me. True worth was never missing. It had always been within me simply because I exist. For many years, I believed the lie that I could only be loved if I was thin and beautiful, and that belief shaped almost every decision I made. Even when I found love and was in a happy relationship, the obsession with my weight never left me. I kept thinking that if I gained even a little, I would no longer be worthy of affection, and that fear silently controlled me. Over time, I began to understand that real love does not depend on appearance. The love that matters most is the one we give ourselves, the acceptance that allows us to feel whole, exactly as we are. After more than 20 years of working with elderly patients, I have witnessed two very different ways of aging. Some people spend their final years clinging to dreams of winning the lottery, waiting for a miracle that never comes, their lives shrinking around that fantasy. Others remain curious and full of purpose, finding joy in learning, gardening, traveling, or simply embracing each new day with humor and gratitude. The contrast is striking, and it has taught me a powerful truth. We are either growing or declining, evolving or shrinking, but no one stays the same. Life demands movement forward, or it quietly slips away. True freedom begins when the words of others no longer wound us, when critical glances lose their power, and when fear no longer dictates our choices. It is the quiet strength of standing in front of a mirror, seeing the changes of age in our face and body, and still choosing acceptance and love. Real confidence is not built on applause, status, or admiration, but on the calm certainty that who we are is enough. It is an inner peace that cannot be taken away, a steady anchor that remains even when external approval fades, because worth and freedom come from within. For years, I carried the heavy weight of financial fear, especially the anxiety of not having my mortgage paid off. I believed safety would only arrive once every debt was cleared, yet even when I imagined that moment, new worries quickly replaced the old ones. It became clear that security was never about the numbers on a statement, but about the mindset I chose to live with. Real safety comes from trusting myself, from knowing I can adapt, and from believing that life supports me in ways money alone never can. True peace is built within, not purchased with dollars. When one of my YouTube videos unexpectedly reached 100,000 views, I felt a rush of excitement followed almost immediately by fear. Instead of celebrating the moment, I worried about whether I could ever repeat that success, if the next video would fall short, if it was only luck. That anxiety showed me how fragile achievement feels when the focus is only on numbers. In time, I realized the true purpose was never to go viral, but to serve, to share my experiences, and to help others find meaning. Lasting fulfillment comes from impact, not statistics. Life is not a single destination, but a continuous journey made of countless steps, challenges, and discoveries. Like the hero's journey in old stories, we climb one mountain only to see another rising in the distance, each path filled with trials, lessons, and unexpected gifts. The true reward is not the fleeting satisfaction of reaching a goal, but the growth, wisdom, and resilience we gain along the way. Joy is found in the process itself, in becoming stronger, braver, and more compassionate with each stage of the climb. The journey is not the road to happiness, it is happiness. For much of life, we waste energy pretending to be someone we are not, polishing an image we think others will accept, hiding flaws we fear will make us unlovable. Yet real peace begins the moment we stop acting and allow ourselves to simply be. To embrace both strengths and weaknesses without apology is to live authentically. Not everyone will like our quirks or understand our choices, but that is part of being human. The right people will be drawn to our honesty, and the wrong ones will drift away. Freedom is found in showing up exactly as we are. The urge to keep up with the Joneses is one of the most dangerous traps we can fall into. A neighbor buys a new car, and suddenly the one in our driveway feels inadequate. Someone moves to a bigger house and we start questioning our own. Each upgrade driven by comparison drains money, energy, and peace of mind, leaving us chasing an image that never truly satisfies. Over time, this cycle robs people of financial security and delays the freedom of retirement. Happiness cannot be bought through competition. Contentment comes from living within our values, not matching someone else's lifestyle. I once believed that more possessions would bring more happiness, but over time, I discovered the opposite to be true. Boxes on the porch and closets, full of things, never filled the emptiness inside. What has always brought lasting joy are the people I love and the moments we share together. A walk with family, a conversation with a close friend, a simple meal enjoyed with laughter. These experiences matter far more than any object. Choosing a simpler life with fewer things creates space for deeper connections. True happiness is not stored in possessions, but lived through relationships and memories. Health is more valuable than wealth, yet it is often the easiest thing to postpone until tomorrow. We tell ourselves we will start exercising next week or care for our mental well-being after the busy season ends, but those delays accumulate and eventually become regrets. Lasting vitality requires consistent movement, nourishing routines, and practices like gratitude journaling that strengthen the mind as well as the body. Money cannot buy extra years of life or restore energy once it is lost. To fully enjoy the time we are given, we must invest daily in our physical and mental health. For most of our lives, we are trained to save, to sacrifice today for a safer tomorrow. But there comes a time when saving must give way to spending. Learning to enjoy the money we work so hard to earn is not automatic. It is like a muscle that needs practice. Without exercising it, many struggle to use their resources even after retirement. True freedom is found not only in financial security, but in the courage to spend wisely and savor the life we prepared for. Time, health, and money are the three limited resources of life. In youth, we often trade time and health to build wealth, believing there will always be more. But at 60, the equation changes. Money alone is not enough. It must now be used to protect health and create meaningful experiences, because time and vitality are the most precious assets left. Everything we chase ultimately comes down to feelings. The desire to be loved, accepted, safe, and worthy. Yet those feelings can be given to ourselves right now without waiting for external approval. The invitation is to choose love, peace, and happiness in the present moment, to live authentically instead of comparing, to cherish relationships, protect health, and enjoy the fruits of our labor rather than endlessly stockpiling for a tomorrow that may never arrive. Life is a journey, not a rehearsal, so honor it fully and step boldly outside your comfort zone. Hit subscribe if you want more content like this. Comment more if you're ready for the next one.